Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to go over my dividend tracker. It's a very basic tracker, very effective. It's going to show us how powerful compound interest actually is. Um, but before we begin, if you like my spreadsheet, you can just go to my Patreon page. The link will be down below. There you'll be able to download it, have full access to it, and do your own research on it. Also, if you like the content, please hit the like button and subscribe. It would be much appreciated. So, to begin this, we have to do is fill in the data in this blue block right here. So we have 15. Let's say we wanted to do less. Let's say we want $10,000 initial investment. So once we plug in $10,000 investment, you can see everything changed. Let's say we want to contribute an annual of $1,000, and the dividend tax rate would actually be 20%, yielding at a 3%. Your yield average on your portfolio. The share price appreciation yearly would be 10%, and the expected dividend increase of 3%. And let's assume you reinvest everything. If you didn't want to reinvest your dividends or uh, gains, you just take it out. Okay, as you can see, it changed, but if you want to add them, just leave the check mark. So down here, it's just gonna tell you how much you are gonna be making after 10 years, 20 years, and 30 years. Okay, and the total principal as well. Okay, total principal would come to 23. Um, After 20 years, 109, and after 30 years, 359 from a mere initial $10,000 and the $1,000 contribution. And I think this is very possible for anyone. Okay, and what this does is the chart right here, as you can see, it just takes the initial principal with a 1 year contribution yielding at 3%, and it's going to give us a dividend income in that year of $300. So yearly, just on dividends alone, you would get a $300 with an average dividend income on every month would be $25. Taxes would be $60, and the drip would be 10,240, and the principal increase of 1,000. So it's the first year you don't see any increase. Um, the new balance would come to $12,240. Okay, and this would just take to the second year and repeat everything again, and then the third year and so on until 10 years. 10 years would come out to be $41,000, almost 42,000. Okay, so from a $10,000 initial investment and $1,000 contribution, we could assume that from a total of $20,000, you would double your money after 10 years. Okay, um, also this would just start to accumulate everything as well, and just like all the rest of the years, after 10 years, from $40,000, you would be making $7,000 at the end of the year, 6,000 at the end of the year. Okay, and just repeating the same process every time. After 20 years, that $10,000 initial with a $1,000 contribution after 20 years would be 134,000. Okay, $134,000, almost 135. And as you can see, after 20 years, the $134,000 would come to 149,000. So that's a big jump. Okay, we were at 10 years we were going from 41 to 47. Okay, that's a $4,000 increase, and after 20 years it would be a 13 increase. Okay, $13,000. So that's a big difference already just there. And after 30 years you would be making 379,000. Okay, so nearly $380,000. Okay, and you would end that year with $420,000. That's a lot of money. um, and this all just from a starting $10,000 and $1,000 contribution. Okay, very easily capable of doing this, and after 30 years, you'd be in a great position. This is just the account balance. It's just gonna show the nice increase right here, and sorry. And what we have the chart right here, the monthly dividend income. Okay, as you can see, you would go from $25 to 115. Okay, from monthly dividend income from your investment. And this right here is the yearly dividend income. So what this shows us is how much we'd be making yearly. It would be $300 on our first year, but after 30 years, you would be making $1,389. Okay, so very simple but very effective, and it just shows you if you're consistent and disciplined, how much you could actually accumulate over time. Okay, and basically just showing if you invest a merely $10,000 or let's say less, after 30 years you can see the difference. Okay, well, that's the important lesson right here, is that from your starting point to the finish line, and of course if you're considering 30 years your finish line, you'd see a massive difference. Okay, even if you're a young student, a 17-year-old, 16-year-old, and you only have $2,000 or not even 1,000, it doesn't matter. What it matters is that you start as soon as possible, and along the way, just contribute as much as you can. You will see a big difference at the end of 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Okay, you'll see a massive difference, and that's the importance of keeping this. It's just going to keep you focused on going after this objective. Okay, hope you enjoyed it, and do leave a comment and any suggestions. Let's have a talk. Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, thank you.